good fun. Days like these are great. You get the whole industry together, and to have, companies and corporations like Interbet and Cape Racing who are so generous with sort of time and energy into making a day like this possible is it's fantastic for everyone.
Well, hello racing fans, and a warm welcome to our Gallop TV preview show for Saturday the 8th of June. And what's happening on Saturday the 8th of June? Well, it's one of the premier race days on the South African racing calendar. We move on from Hollywoodbets Scottsville's massive race day last week to more action this weekend, and we had Hollywoodbets Greyville. And it's Hollywoodbets, the sponsor. Once we can say it's the curtain raiser to their main event, which comes up on the first week of July. Joined by Rahul Radhakrishna in studio. It's going to be a busy show, lots of interviews, lots of reruns, but let's touch base with him and see how he's doing. Yeah, wonderful racing last week, Rahul, and I think this is a follow-up to what we saw last week, and the Gold Challenge, what a race that's going to be.
Certainly looking forward to it. It does look to be probably the race of the season thus far. Top quality sorts taking on one another, and I think it's interesting. 3-year-olds versus the older horses. Who's gonna hold the edge and who's gonna come out on top? But we'll touch on the Hollywoodbets Gold Challenge once we do get to it. But the first part of the card looks to be a bit straightforward, I'd say. And then as we get into the features, it does look to get tougher.
Yep, we'll see how that pans out. But let's get straight into our preview. And I mentioned interviews and reruns. Well, in race number 1, no interviews, but a rerun coming up with the specialists.
Lancia, Burning Man comes out for a run's got a heap of ground to make up. Coming to the 200, the specialist, Future Flow. Behind that, World Pharaoh, and Rototo's going through down the inside, but it's still the specialist in front past the 100, Teriyaki, and Industrial Strength running on from behind, but the specialist has won it. Second placing, maybe Industrial Strength, and then came Future Flow. Teriyaki's involved with...
Well, one could say from day one, the horse looked like he was going to win early in his career. But race number 1 begins at 11:45. It doesn't form part of the exotics. It's a juvenile plate over 1,000 meters. And as you can see by the configuration of the track there, they jump on the bend when it comes to 1,000 meters. The luck in running and barrier positions very, very important. We'll bring up the field now and have a look at the horses, numbers 1 through to 8 at the time of recording. Just as a guide, horses in single figures, number 2 at 11 to 2. Numbers 5 and 7 can't be split on the fixed odds betting market at 18 to 10, and horse number 8 at 8 to 1. Yeah, they can't split them at the time of recording, Rahul, numbers 5 and 7. And are you in either camp, or do you like something else?
I'd probably have to be a number 5, D's, that being Master Casper. He's running 2 features prior to him winning, and it was a workman-like victory last time out. He had to dig down deep to beat Wolf Mountain, who unfortunately was rolled at his second start at short odds. But nonetheless, this horse managed to win, and I think he's going to progress. He's obviously a well-related son of Karari, related to the horse Master Archie, champion sprinter. And I think he's going to run a huge race. I prefer him over number 7, Impact Investor. Last time out, well, you knew your fate once he started to drift in the market, and he ran accordingly. He was beaten 4 lengths behind Simric, who unfortunately did absolutely nothing in Gold Medallion last week, Saturday. And China Berry, who ran second in that race, unfortunately didn't do much as well to enhance that form. So I'd like to see a bit more from number 7, Impact Investor, although he can certainly make his presence felt here. I think number 2, the specialist, has to be given the utmost of respect. He won as he liked last time out, beating Industrial Strength, who looks to be a nice sort from the Dean Caname yard. He is dropping in trip for the first time. He's trying the 5 furlongs, but I think from a 2 draw, Samanga Kumalo would have learnt a lot about him last time out. And I think that this horse is going to get the right run in transit. You're likely going to see number 7 go forward. And I think number 2 is just going to be camping slightly off them, and I think he can turn it on nicely. So if you are looking for a horse to possibly play around in race number 1 at around 11 to 2 in the market, I don't think yet that you can get hurt with number 2, the specialist. But Master Casper looks to be a nice horse, and he does bring the right form lines to the table.
Well, Ryle likes number 2, the specialist, and he thinks that that could be the value from draw number 2. Personally, I think that Master Casper does represent the stronger form lines in the race, and he's going to build on that victory last time out. What I will say about Impact Investor, having watched him last time out, I think Hollywoodbets Scottsville, he was unsuited to that track. He'll be better at this tighter track, and Richard Fourie will be the man tasked with the job from that wide draw. If he can just repeat his win down in Cape Town over 1,100 meters, where he was a ball of speed from the word go, I think that he will be the horse to fetch going into the final 200 meters. So Ryle likes number 2. I like number 5 to beat number 7, and then number 2. Just keep an eye on the betting on the first timer here. Number 1, Don't Judge. And if there's any betting support for any of the other runners, then maybe consider including them in trifectas and quartets. But what we think, it could be a form result here in race number 1. Doesn't form part of the exotics, but maybe play a few trifectas and quartets.
It's Donovan Everett from Cape Racing, and I'd just like to say it's an absolute pleasure to be involved with Intrabet and Cape Breeders in this golf day today here at Pearl Valley. It's fantastic for the industry to see all the relevant stakeholders coming down and having a good time and networking, and it's exactly what the industry needs right now in terms of moving forward and recreating some positivity to take us forward into the next year.